rabbits, the skunks, and more importantly, what's up, you guys, and welcome back to Growing with the Lilies. This afternoon, I've decided to just get some stuff done. So if you are new here, my name is Alexis, and I am a work from home mom. I am a teacher by trade, and that means that it is time for me to go back to work in just a couple weeks. So we are in the process of installing a 15 by 30 in-ground shotcrete pool. And in preparation for that pool, we were tasked with removing a lot of the plants that were going to be in that designated pool area. So if you can only imagine, the backyard is a mess. There are plants everywhere. There is trash everywhere, and it needs to be picked up. So instead of sitting on the couch and scrolling and diving into work that can wait until next week, I have decided to come out, pot up some of these succulents that were hanging around, getting the yard cleaned up, and really just embracing the last couple of weeks of my free time before I head back to work. So today my kids are out in the yard. They are playing. I'm going to let them occupy themselves, and I'm going to get these plants potted up, and I'm going to get the rest of the area cleaned up, and really just get these things checked off that I've had on my to-do list before I go back to work. So without further ado, let's get to it. So as you can see here, this is the section that I have been basically housing all of the plants that we have taken up from the designated pool area, and it's just a bit of a mess. So the pool company, they will be coming through this way, so it is going to continue to be messy, but I just don't really like all of these random things that are laying around, like the stuff that the kids, leave outside, little pots and just trash, and I just want to clean it up. We've got some brush from the grass that I've transplanted down from the ditch. We were able to move a lot of the rock here that we are so thankful that we can save and preserve and use later in our landscape. And so there are still some plants that still have to be transplanted into the ground, but for now I'm just going to focus on getting this area nice and tidy. Since we are over here, I will show you guys what I have transplanted so far. So I know it looks a little dead now. Trust me, I know it looks dead. A lot of the stuff is brown. However, when I took these plants up, guess what? The roots were healthy, they were good, and I did see some new growth. That's the only reason why I have decided to actually put them into the ground. I'm very familiar with transplanting. I did it a lot at our old property, which was actually much smaller. And so I've gone through the whole process of removing the plant, putting it into the new location, watching it die, and then coming back with this beautiful new plant. So here we have a geranium that was growing. It was very overgrown. I did cut it back about a third. And so that's in there. I'm not sure what the name of this fountain grass, or not fountain grass, this grass is actually called, but it's very pretty. When it's in bloom, it has almost like this fluffy, like feather type of flower on it. So I've got a couple of those in here as well. This is probably one of my favorite plants. This is a plumeria. I think it's white, that my grandmother has gifted to us. And so I'm really excited about this because my plan is to put this somewhere in the pool landscape. So she did just give me a little cutting from her garden, and we're going to see how it does. I am hopeful for this plumeria. Again, we have another geranium, and this is just purple fountain grass. And again, you guys, I know it looks dead. Trust me, but it's going to come back. Okay, tap in a couple months, and you're going to see. We have some foxgloves here that we took up from the pool area. This was actually in a pot, and it was here when we moved in. So I've just been watering it, and look it's coming back. It's green, and it's starting to look a little bit more healthy. And I think that's one of the benefits with the succulents that I've never, I never really looked into, because I've never been a succulent girl. It's just that you can really treat them any kind of way. They don't need any special treatment. They can weather any storm and they're going to come back. So I don't know how long this guy has been in this little pot, but when we moved in a couple months ago, it was brown and it did not look like that. So this is one of my favorite grasses right here. And this is a cactus. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now, but I did remove this because the plan is to put this somewhere else in the landscape at some point. I originally wanted to put it right here in front of this window, and then I realized it didn't make that much sense because we have a more I guess mature one of these cacti, and it's definitely probably crossing the roof threshold. So I don't think that that would probably be the best place to put this guy. But for now, while it's in the pot, this is okay. Right here, we do have some foxglove agave, which I'm super excited about this. These guys grow really big and they kind of push out. So they will probably push out into the walkway just a little bit. We've got some more of this feather grass. That's what I'm going to call it until I look up the formal name. Purple fountain grass. And I kind of just try to do it like in a pattern. And then again, there's some of that trash that I'm talking about, okay? Kids leaving the popsicle wrappers out and it's just kind of all over. So we are going to get this cleaned up. We're going to get these, get this area nice and tidy. And then I'm going to go in the house because it's hot. One thing that I have become increasingly mindful of is the space that I share my garden with. The wildlife, the coyotes, the foxes, the mice, the rabbits, the skunks, and most important, the snake sightings over the summer. A lot more than I have anticipated. Alright, you guys, that is it for today's video. I do feel like I got a lot more accomplished than I anticipated, especially with having my kids in the garden with me. Now, most of the time, I do try and include them in whatever I have planned for the day in the garden. However, sometimes they simply want to do their own thing, and that's okay too. So for today, what we got done was we got a lot of plants in the ground. We got some transplants into some pots that basically needed to be somewhere until I could figure out exactly where I want to put them. I also put in some cuttings that I received from various different people. And the most important thing was getting this space cleaned up. So I do know that there is going to be a lot of traffic coming in and out of this space over the next couple months, and that's totally fine. However, when I come out into this space, I want to not have the visual clutter. I want to have a clear palette, and I want to have the space to dream, imagine, and visualize. And I simply couldn't do that with everything all over the place. So we did get that done. If you are interested in following along in our 1 acre lot property transformation, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.